Hello, everybody. So, we're going to talk about the industrial system. The objective is to understand that an industry has inputs, processes, and outputs, and that you can list the factors affecting industrial location, such as human and physical. So, going back to that bakery we talked about. Does it need to work? What processes are there? And what is eventually produced by the bakery? So what does it need to work? It needs quite a bit of raw materials, it needs electricity, it actually needs the shop, it needs machines to create the bread or the pastries, it needs trucks to get the raw materials and then to deliver the product. And it also needs money, capital, money to be put into the business. Some of the processes that we can think of are baking, for example, cleaning the area. And what eventually is produced by the bakery? Bread, pastries, and also usually there's garbage or waste. So, what system needs to work is called the inputs. So, the inputs can be either physical or human. And then along the system, we have the processes, like we said before, baking or heating or preparing. We have the outputs, which include the products like the bread and the pastries and the waste. Eventually, any money is reinvested in the system and put back into the system so that the company can buy raw materials and have other human inputs. Let's go through some of the inputs. These are the physical inputs. The first one is raw materials. The factory needs to be close to raw materials, such as, for example, coal. For some industries, raw materials are more important than others. You also need power and energy, electricity. In the past, it was good for the industry to locate right near a river because they could use the water to move the machines, but now we have electricity, so it's always good to be next to that. Natural routes are important, river valleys are very good because you can transport and trade. Flat areas also are easier to build on, and they also make the movements of goods easier and faster. As I said, flat land is very important because industries generally need quite a bit of land, which is flat, so they can expand, and cheap. So there are also some inputs that are human. First one is transport. Obviously, any industry needs to sell its products and also get its raw materials. So a good transport network helps to reduce the costs. If you're far away from your raw materials, it's going to increase the cost of the final product. Labor, labor is just another word for the people who work. A suitable workforce is needed when you have an industry. Capital, money may be available from entrepreneurs, banks, and also the government. Technology is also a human element, which is really important, like email, internet, and others. Economies of scale means that small units sometimes become unprofitable, so they merge with or are taken over by larger firms. Another input that is human is leisure facilities. Sometimes some companies have good leisure facilities which encourage the laborers to be more efficient at their job. Markets are also very important because once you have a product, you would like to sell it. So you need to be close to the market because if you're further away from the market, it will cost more money to bring your product to customers. And the last thing is government policies. So government policies sometimes encourage industries or certain industries to grow in specific locations. Okay, so those were the human inputs. Final check is 3 physical inputs and 3 human inputs of an industry. Pause the video and I'll give you a few minutes to think about it. Okay, so you could have chosen any of those physical inputs: raw materials, natural roots, flat land, and power, and any of these human inputs: capital, technology, labor, transport, leisure facilities, economies of scale, markets, and government policies. Okay, thanks for watching.